I'm Melissa Chartrand. I'm here at the Harwich Junior Theater, and I am joined by David Kaplan and Pat Barnhart, and we are going today to talk about the Cape Cod Theater Coalition. So this is, I love being a special set, especially for this meeting today. I think I want to take this on the road, this little traveling set. So hello to both of you. Thank you for joining me today.
Our pleasure. Thank
and
you.
I figured, David, let's start with you and your background and really about the Cape Cod Theater Coalition.
Sure. Well, my background, it has nothing to do with theater, actually. My only stage experience was playing a tree in 4th grade.
Yes, you just told us. It was a very good tree.
A mighty good tree.
Yeah.
But I always, as an audience member, enjoyed theater. We lived in New York for a long time, so we had the New York theater experience. And when I moved to the Cape, I was just really impressed and surprised by the amount of good theater here and the number of theaters. I got involved with Eventide Arts, which is a theater in Dennis, and that led to going to Theater Coalition meetings and really thinking that was a very positive thing, the 17 theaters getting together to do things for Cape Theater. So I just got more and more involved, and ultimately they asked me to be the co-chair, and I agreed to do that.
Let's back up a minute. Now, when you first started and it began, and when did you say that the coalition began?
Well, the coalition itself began in 1995.
With 5 theaters, I believe,
Right,
correct?
5 theaters. It was started basically from an initiative with David Willard, the Cape Cod Bank Foundation, and 5 theaters, including Harwich Junior Theater. I believe it was Watt, Harwich Junior Theater, the Academy Playhouse in Orleans, Cape Rep, and Chatham Drama Guild.
And the theory behind it, again, is and now that it's grown to 17, but certainly strengthened theaters. I think one of the misconceptions here on the Cape, and it's changed, but is that things don't happen year-round, that there's not theater down here, and that they head off Cape, and this disputes that.
Yes, absolutely. There are still a couple of basically summer-only theaters, like the Cape Playhouse, and some of the college theaters, Monomoy. But a number of them are now virtually year-round. I think there are 5 shows, 5 productions going on right now, and they'll go on all year. And we're trying to get that word out, because I think, as you say, the perception has been that it's a summer thing.
Right.
And it's much more than a summer thing.
Absolutely, and not only a summer thing, but limited. And we have 17 thriving theaters with top-notch productions, and this helps the coalition. What does the coalition strive to do?
Our main objective is first just to bring the theaters together so they can talk about what's going on and have that camaraderie and collegiality. But our main purpose is to market theater as a whole across the Cape. And that's what we concentrate on. We produce a theater guide every year, which gets a distribution of about 50,000 copies, 35,000 mailed copies. Lists all the theaters and most of the shows. So again, emphasizing that almost every town across the Cape has a theater.
Right.
Many have year-round theater, and it's something where not just to go to one show sometime in the summer at your local theater, but there's a whole world of theater out there. So we're working on that. We just this year, thanks to the Arts Foundation, created a website. So now we're not strictly locked into our print brochure. We realize that A is part of year-round theater, and B part of just the changing trends of marketing, that we needed to do that. That's going really well so far.
It's a beautiful website, and we have that address.
That is www.capecodlive.org.
Yes, and that has a wealth of information. You certainly can find out performances, what's playing, tickets, all sorts of information. You can sign up for the newsletter and so on. And so it's a tremendous tool.
Right, that's right. And it also takes a lot of the blogs, not just from Theater Coalition members, but other theater blogs across the Cape, tweets, Facebook, aggregates that into one site. So if you go into our behind the scenes section, you can really keep up with what's going on with Cape Theater.
I love that there's that sense of collaboration too, where it's not it's our performance and not let anybody know what else is going on. That it really is an and that theater goers have so much to choose from. And even if they have one particular favorite theater or live in one end of the Cape, that shouldn't prevent them. They're now encouraged that much more to go and check out the other theaters. And I'm not sure if any of the theaters do any sort of cross collaborations. I believe that they do, whether it be with art exhibits as well or or with the actors? I know they all share several of the actors and actresses.
Right, and part of the effort, I think we're just starting to explore more if there are ways to share scenery, have a database of actors, other ways they can work together, really just to be more efficient. And so far, I think that we view I view the coalition, and I think the theaters view the coalition as really additive to their own efforts.
Okay.
That we're not somehow in competition with them. We are them, and just trying to promote theater in general across the Cape. And I think so far it really has been working well.
I think so, and I think almost, Pat, that's where you come in, because it's where does the coalition now, you know, where are you going to take the coalition? What's the future hold? And that's where the Friends of the Theater Coalition come in.
Well, you mentioned about all the theaters that really from Falmouth to Provincetown, and there are so many theaters and so many choices for folks to see theater. One of our missions, one of our goals, I should say, is to help raise awareness about all of these many theaters. Some towns have more than one theater, so they're really quite a variety.
Right.
And we hope to plan activities that will entice theater lovers to join us in fun activities, behind the scenes things, maybe a theater night out. We just had our inaugural event on October 1st, which was a cocktail party reception with entertainment from 7 of the theaters, including HJT and others. Very well received. I have to say that I know I'm part of it, so it's kind of self-serving to say, but we got tremendously wonderful compliments from those in attendance and are encouraged to do more of that. So that was one way to help showcase the theaters that are currently showing performances or anticipating what's coming up in the next season. Our role is to work with the Theater Coalition to help them in their marketing efforts. So what we do will be to bring more people involved in activities that will hopefully raise the profile of every theater on Cape Cod.
Sure, and as you say, theater goers, but if you have a tremendous audience that aren't necessarily theater goers, that it sounds as though you will bring them into the fold.
That's what we're hoping for.
Help educate them as to what is here.
And we're seeking volunteers right now to help us. We have a relatively small committee that began several months ago, working with David and David Willard. Now we're kind of about to fledge, as birds do, and seek more volunteers to help us do what we want to do.
Great. Well, if some of our viewing audience is interested in volunteering, how can they do that?
I think the best way would be to contact the website.
Right. Either go through the website or our email address is info@capecodlive.org.
Okay.
And so it's easy enough to get in touch with us that way.
Okay, great. And I also want to point out that certainly you encourage those that have a love of theater, but I think someone watching that maybe hasn't acted or hasn't been that involved but wants to get involved, what a fabulous opportunity.
Right.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much. Again, we'll give that email address, that website address one more time, which is capecodlive.org for the Cape Cod Theater Coalition, and to find out how you can be involved, and of course to support our local theater. So for Pat and David, thank you so much. I'm Melissa Chartrand, wishing you all an artful day.